Okay. Boom.
Boom Pow, the classic
right.
Black Eyed Peas song that we all love.
Yeah, just doing the joke again, mate.
Well, I don't know if you're going to cut it out, and I need it to be in there. That's my one. This was the clause in my contract when I signed on to do this series with you, is that I need the Black Eyed Peas joke to be in the series.
I fucking read it and signed anyway.
Right, enough of that. Moving on. Come on, Ruby. Now you need proof. Faith Giao.
The Moff is back.
The Mothman.
I'm so happy. I fucking loved it. I thought it was great.
Are we straight in?
Yeah, we're straight in. I can't stop it. Stephen Moffat, as highly kind of theorized, has come back.
And boy, has he brought a Moffat-ass episode with him.
Yeah, and he's come as well.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that in the workplace.
Yeah, I don't know either. But, like, whatever kind of cum it was, it worked.
How many different kinds of cum? Okay, we're writing off the Doctor Who discussion. How many kinds of cum are there? Let's break this one down.
So what did you think? Because, yeah, we both watched it last Saturday. We've not spoke about it yet. Like, I love it. I genuinely think it's my favourite episode. Maybe of this new era. It's either... It's close between this... the giggle and
I was going to say you're counting the 60th,
Yeah.
but it's your favourite of this season.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think it probably is mine too. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it a lot. I really did. Like I said, it's a Moffat-ass episode.
Yeah. Oh, from the get-go, it's so Moffat.
Yeah. It feels like a bottle episode.
Yeah.
But like an expensive bottle episode, which means it was the most expensive episode of the season, probably, because Doctor Who normally looks like cheap regular. Like the highest budget episode of Doctor Who looks like the bottle episode of anything else.
Yeah.
But I think I've always quite liked bottle episodes. I really like watching a show sort of back itself into a corner. I like watching something limit itself and see how it works around those limitations, and I feel like this had all the hallmarks of that because it's set pretty much in one location, and it makes me really wish that Moffat would like do a play. Like I really wish he'd write a play or something, because this felt very much like a play.
Fair.
Probably.
And I've just not seen it. It feels quite self-indulgent with Moffat-isms, I think, at times. Like,
I can buy that.
Like, yeah, but I don't mean that in a negative way. I quite enjoyed that. Like, because, like, yeah, you got the fish fingers and custard line. There's a more niche callback to The Magician's Apprentice, I think, which is obviously a Capaldi episode, which Moffat obviously wrote as well. Like, there's quite a few references to his work in this, which I like.
Yeah.
I like. I think I might be wrong on this. I probably am, but that he might have written more than anyone else for Doctor Who.
Stephen Moffat is the most prolific writer of Doctor Who after it was revived in 2005, overtaking Russell T Davies in both episode and story count in what year?
2011.
No. When did he overtake Russell T Davies as having written the most episodes?
Oh,
this is fun. We should do this every week.
2013?
Nope.
2014?
Well, you can't just go up, but yes,
Okay.
2014.
I was flipping between 2013 and 14.
Yeah, because they're next to each other.
Yes.
That doesn't count. You didn't get it right.
No, I know, but I was close because I was thinking, okay, yeah, we got.
No, you weren't close. You were wrong.
Yes,
it was.
I was.
This wasn't a thing where you can.
I knew it would either be around the 50th or when Capaldi started.
Well, it could only have been like one in a few years, so it could have realistically been 3 years. So the fact that you guessed. You didn't even guess one of the three. You said two of them, and one of them happened to be right. You're a dumb cunt, motherfucker. I own this game. I make the rules. I ask the question. You're wrong. I liked the episode.
Yeah,
though.
the episode was
really
good. Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
good.
really
I liked it.
I love the kind of Warzone setting. Like, I mean, I just love it visually. I really like it.
That
like,
I can take or leave. I think it looks like well produced, but I don't think it looks very creative. It looks like what a lot of war-torn stuff happens to look like.
I think that's why I like it, is taking the stereotypical route, and I think that works for this story. And because then we have less stereotypical stuff when it comes to like the ambulances, which we'll get to obviously. And I love how it sets up from the start that they're like not fighting anything. Like when you've got the two at the start saying, "Oh, you know, the rumors that they're in the fog or whatever," and then it's like that's literally their justification for not fighting.
It is
anything.
all just rumor. Like I really liked that moment of like, oh yeah, they're fucking they're stupid. They've tricked themselves.
Yeah,
but they've also been tricked by an algorithm. It's like today.
Yeah.
This was an episode of Black Mirror, bro.
A little bit, yeah.
Not really.
Story elements.
Nah, you shouldn't have said that. That's stupid.
Why are you so mean?
Diss me, now you gotta kiss me.
Yeah, I thought that setup was really interesting, and I think it handles the themes really well. I think Moffatt, like, it doesn't hide what it's saying, but it doesn't like feel overdone to me at all, and I really enjoyed that aspect. And I think this is Shooty's best performance as well.
I was gonna say that this is maybe in anything I've seen him in, which I've not seen him in a whole lot because I've never seen Sex Education.
Yeah,
but this is genuinely him at his best so far. He's got this real like calm intensity to him.
Yeah.
Faith. The magic word that keeps you never having to think for yourself.
That he pulls off so well. This is we were talking last week about how this is a bit more of a joyous feeling Doctor Who run so far, but that we're getting hints of the darkness, and I think this is we really see the darkness on full display here. There is some real like pain and this like he's had to paralyze himself essentially to get through this. But also having like him being helpless but having to help. Oh baby, I love your way every day.
It's great. Like, and it sets that up itself so well when, like, as soon as Ruby finds him on the landmine and he's like, I'm not screaming, go and find the other guy. It's like he's still fucking, like you say, paralyzed.
The first thing I think you hear him say in this episode is where like Ruby steps out the TARDIS or whatever, and he's like, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry." And she's like,
and which I really like, by the way. I like how that is the kind of what it causes this all to happen. The fact that the Doctor just thought someone needed help. I really like how that's the introduction to like what's going on in this episode. How the Doctor, they've just landed on this planet and he just wants to help someone who like is screaming. That's so Doctor-y, and I really like that. And I feel like that was something we missed a lot in the Whittaker era, if I'm honest. My only real fault with it is the ending. I just don't love how it's all resolved. Like, it feels very cliche, very, very like, fucking of course it's like that, you know? Like,
the bit where the Doctor, who is like maybe the smartest guy ever, he's talking about the young girl that's been the daughter of the dad who died, and she has been actively an idiot for the whole episode. Like, she's the dumbest kid. She's rocking up there. She's aware of what a war is and that she's on a battlefield. And she's like 12. I reckon they should have cast like a 4-year-old or a baby, because this 12-year-old is like running
the
up
space
to the
babies are back.
Yeah, baby. The war-torn battlefield, and she's like, "Where's my dad?" In this big ass crate. She's like, "Yeah, my dad was here." and I did like that moment of both the Doctor and Ruby just not really knowing how to break it to this kid that her dad was dead. But also, this fucking kid should have figured it out. She's like playing with the hologram of her dad, not understanding that this blue wavy 2D hologram isn't her dead dad. And then, like, there's shoot-offs happening, people are pointing guns at each other, and she's there like, "Show me the rhino again." And then at the end, as they're leaving, the Doctor's like, "She'll be president one day." What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Fucking Moffatt kid writing, I feel like it's never been the greatest. I really like the way that it unravels itself, kind of that they are fighting, like, themselves and that.
Their imagination.
And I like how it calls back to Moffat's first episode as well.
Crack Boys.
No.
That's what it was called, the first episode. Crack Boys.
The villain guard, although and Shooty.
Oh, the weapons manufacturer. Yeah.
Mentioned by Captain Jack or the Doctor in An Empty Child.
Oh.
Back in series 1.
Sonic Blaster, 51st Century, weapon factories of Villain Guard.
You've been to the factories?
Once.
Yeah, I really like how that all unravels, and then how that's the way they kind of connect it to what it's saying about faith. And I find that really interesting, and because I understand that that's got to be a sensitive and tough topic to kind of come up with and approach, and I really like how it does it, because I don't think it does it in a disrespectful way.
It doesn't say faith or religion is stupid, and I think it also makes a comment on how a lot of the times religion is passed down from generation to generation with kind of, I don't want to say like blind following, because people grow up and make their own decisions on what to follow, and I don't think I think we live in an era now where a lot of people think all religion is stupid. I think that's stupid. I think it's stupid to think all religion is dumb. I quite like the idea of religion, but I like something that tackles the idea of how religion can pull the wool over a society's eyes without it being the religion's fault. It is just human nature. Humans fool themselves easily.
I also like how it's a bit of a callback again to more Moffatt stuff with how like the church had a military back in the Angel two-parter in series 5 and like
right, yeah, that did feel familiar.
Like we said, very Moffatt episode, and I'm here for it. I like it. Can't wait for him to take over a showrunner again.
They are really mentioning the Doctor's family a fucking hell of a lot in this series. He just kept on saying to the guy, like, dad to dad, help me out.
Yes,
that was the big one. He said it like 5 times. I'm like, okay.
It has been a regular thing across multiple episodes, and so they're doing something.
And Susan Twist is back as the ambulance.
She's really menacing as an ambulance. Like, killing, like, letting enough people die so that they keep buying, and I think these machines embody that so well, like reacting to the call of fire, and I find that really interesting. And then everything that, like, it feels very silent in the library to me. The one bit, I can't remember, I think, I do remember, I made a note of it. The one bit that reminded me of Silence in the Library is when the, like, love interest dies. That was a weak point. And he was saying, I'm fine, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? And I was like, we're fucking back. I liked it.
It's in the library of Moffatt.
Yeah.
That makes sense with it being River Song.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hey, who turned out the lights?
What is happening?
Canto, talk to me. Are you alright?
I'm fine. How are you?
Where are you? I can't... Are you injured?
I'm fine. How are you?
Also, we find out in this episode, this is one of the big twists related to kind of Ruby, what's going on with her. She's 3,082 years old.
See, you see this, and in the least mean way.
Fuck that bitch.
I've seen a few people tweet about this and like saying, oh, how is she this old?
Yeah, of course, that's the question it's setting up. Why?
They're in the future. She was born in 2004, so of course. The big twist, everybody. We fucking found it.
Jack has just recently become eligible for monetization. I don't know if you can reverse that. Like, I don't know if everybody unsubscribes to his channel, if that makes it the other way and it bankrupts you. But unsubscribe. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's genuinely annoyed me.
I'm sorry.
That's worse than the video where I get drunk and cry. That's on your channel. Don't watch it, please. Unsubscribe.
Yes.
Wait, there's some time travel shit. Oh wait, it's Doctor Who. Yeah.
That moment where Ruby gets shot is like I feel like it was a little bit predictable with how the scene was setting up.
I think it's... Yeah, it is really funny that she's like, yeah, shoot me, don't worry.
Yeah. And she stood there like this. Like...
But I thought it was ballsy to take out Ruby as well as essentially having the Doctor incapacitated. Yeah. I don't know if they should have, because I feel like we're like 3 episodes, technically 4, into seeing this character. I would have loved to see how she dealt with some of the scenarios that rose up in this. I don't see what real narrative reason there was to write her out, other than to like stress the Doctor out a bit more.
This episode is so good at its tension, and that is the main point of it, and that's why it's so good, because it holds that suspense and builds on it so well. And yeah, I do think the payoff is a little bit but the actual everything up until that, I think, is pretty much great, bar a few odd bits. And I just think that was one of the high points of it. Like, the Doctor is absolutely helpless, like, physically cannot do anything. Already, like, moments away, like, any little thing could set this off. And by this point as well, because we didn't mention last week, but there was a big time gap between Space Babies and the Devil's Cord.
Which I remember you mentioning, because I don't remember that from the episode. I don't know if it's explicitly mentioned. Okay. But that surprised me when in this, there's a moment where the Doctor's like, oh, I forgot, this is the first time you've been on another planet. And I was like, if there's been a big time gap, have you never gone anywhere else? Before we wrap this up, last week on our recap, I shot a few quickfire questions your way.
You did do that.
There are 2 episodes in Season 1 and Series 1 of Doctor Who 2024 and 22. Boom or Boomtown is the question I've got.
Boom. Boom. Boomtown is a fun episode, but very much a filler episode. Season 1 of Doctor Who 2024, episode 3. This is episode 3, right? Yeah, boom. Yeah. Episode 4, 73 yards. Maybe my most excited episode. I'm so excited.
I like it a lot. Can we chuck a prediction on now? Because the Doctor seems to go missing at a very early point in this episode. Which, interesting, and the 4th episode of the first season of Doctor Who, and it's the second one where he's in some way, shape or form out of commission. Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't know if I love that,
I think,
but whatever.
I think this and some of my problems that I mentioned last week are a symptom of the short runtime. Not short runtime, short episodes, like, amount. Like, I think 10 episodes is probably good. I think...
How many is it? It's 9.
It's 8, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's not... And I think for a show where this is going back to the kind of old RTD approach to kind of... And it's trying to flesh out the characters, but it's trying to get this storyline in quite quickly as well. And I think that's where the first 2 fell quite short for me, or at least particularly the first one. But why I wasn't 100% on the setup for the arc, while I'm keen for it, like I said, I just didn't love the setup. It just feels like it is happening very quickly, and we're not getting too much time to breathe in terms of that. But that being said, the fact that 2 of the 3 episodes of this season so far I've really liked. I've become more sour on Space Babies the further we've got away, if I'm honest.
I think it's fine.
Thank you so much for watching. Join us next week, probably.
Please don't join us, because if you keep watching, I have to keep doing this. And I got punked today.
I love this fucking bar. Please let me keep coming back.
I got tricked into looking stupid on a podcast. This isn't a podcast. I got tricked again into saying podcast.